Urologist's warning. Why older men must stay active to thrive in their golden years. What if the secret to feeling alive, strong, and whole in your 60s, 70s, and beyond lies in something society told you to leave behind? Welcome, gentlemen, to a conversation that could change the way you see yourself and your future. I'm Dr. Mojit Kara, a board-certified urologist with over 40 years of experience helping men like you reclaim their vitality, rediscover their confidence, and live with purpose. If you're over 65, this is for you. A heartfelt, science-backed guide to why staying sexually active, even with yourself, is one of the most powerful ways to protect your health and happiness. Hit that subscribe button on our YouTube channel right now to join thousands of men who are taking charge of their golden years with courage and clarity. Let's dive in. What if the secret to feeling alive in your 70s lies in a habit you were told to abandon years ago? Part 1. The silent collapse. What happens when you stop? Could a choice you're making today silently steal your strength, confidence, and joy tomorrow? Have you ever felt a part of you slipping away, so quietly you didn't even notice until it was almost gone? Picture this: a man, 68, sitting alone in his favorite recliner. The TV hums softly, casting a dim glow across the room. His robe hangs loose, his eyes fixed on nothing. The house is still, too still, as if it knows something he doesn't. This was John, a retired teacher, a man who once filled classrooms with laughter and wisdom. But now he's a shadow of that man, not because of illness, but because of neglect. A neglect no one warned him about. Imagine waking up one day and realizing the man you used to be is slipping away. Would you act to save him? Every year, thousands of men over 65 face a silent decline. It's not the loud crash of a heart attack or the sharp pain of a broken bone. It's a slow unraveling, a fading of the spark that makes you feel like you. Your strength wanes, your confidence erodes, and the man in the mirror feels like a stranger. Why? Because society told you that after a certain age, self-pleasure, masturbation, is something to outgrow, that it's childish, shameful, or unnecessary. But here's the truth no one dares to say aloud. Stopping masturbation in your later years doesn't just pause your body, it begins to break it down. In this journey, we'll uncover the 4 devastating consequences of abandoning this natural, vital act, and the simple, medically sound steps you can take to protect your body, mind, and spirit. Stay with me, because the last consequence is one even most doctors shy away from, yet it could triple your risk of serious health issues if ignored. Are you ready to rewrite the story of your golden years? Type 1 in the comments if you're with me, or 0 if you're skeptical but curious. Either way, this is a conversation you deserve to have, without shame, with real answers. What if the key to a sharper mind and a stronger body after 65 is something no one dares to talk about? Part 2. The fading flame, losing your sexual vitality. What if the spark you thought was gone forever could still be rekindled? Imagine waking up one morning and realizing something's missing. You don't feel that familiar stir, that quiet surge of energy that once greeted you at dawn. For many men in their late 60s or 70s, this is the first sign of trouble. A loss of spontaneous erections, a fading of desire that hits like a thief in the night. I've seen it in my office countless times. Men like Robert, a 72-year-old farmer, who walked in with a furrowed brow, his voice low. "Doc, I haven't felt like myself in over a year. It's like my body just gave up." Have you ever felt a quiet emptiness you can't explain, as if a part of you is fading without warning? Here's the science no one told you. Your penis isn't just a symbol of masculinity. It's a living organ that thrives on use. Like your legs or your heart, it needs regular blood flow, oxygen, and stimulation to stay healthy. When you stop masturbating after 60, the delicate tissues in your penis begin to stiffen, not in the way you want, but in a way that leads to fibrosis, nerve damage, and a permanent loss of function. Think of it like a car left in the garage for years. The engine seizes, the parts rust, and soon, no amount of tinkering can bring it back to life. What if one simple, private act could protect your health, boost your mood, and even save your life? A real story, Tom's regret. Take Tom, a 69-year-old veteran I treated last year. He'd stopped all sexual activity after his wife passed, thinking it was a sign of respect. But 2 years later, he sat across from me, his eyes brimming with tears. "Doc, I can't even get a response anymore, not even with pills. The damage was done. His blood vessels had narrowed, his nerves had dulled, and his confidence was shattered. With months of therapy, we brought some function back, but Tom's story is a warning. What you don't use, you lose. Is the discomfort you're ignoring a desperate signal from your body, begging you to take action? The good news? It's not too late. Regular, gentle stimulation, even once or twice a week, keeps the blood flowing, the nerves sharp, and the tissues flexible. It's not about obsession, it's about maintenance. Have you noticed a change in your body that you can't quite explain? Let's keep going. What if society's oldest taboo is actually the key to thriving in your golden years? Part 3. The hormone crash, when your drive disappears. What if the fire inside you is still burning, waiting for you to fan the flames? It starts subtly. You skip your morning walk. The gym feels like too much effort. Your appetite shifts, your mood flattens, and you feel a heaviness you can't shake. For many men, this is the first whisper of a hormonal collapse, a drop in testosterone that goes beyond normal aging. I've seen it in men like James, a 67-year-old grandfather who once built furniture by hand. "Doc, I don't know who I am anymore," he told me. "I'm tired all the time, and nothing excites me." Could the spark you thought was gone forever still be waiting to light up your life again? Here's the kicker. Masturbation isn't just about pleasure. It's a biological signal to your body to keep producing testosterone. When you engage in arousal and release, your brain lights up, your hypothalamus kicks into gear, and your testicles get the memo. Keep the testosterone coming. But when you stop entirely, your body assumes intimacy is no longer needed. Hormone production slows, and the ripple effects are profound. What if the shame you've carried for decades is costing you your health, your energy, and your identity? The science behind it. A 2016 study in the Journal of Sexual Medicine found that men who maintained regular sexual activity, solo or partnered, had higher testosterone levels into their 70s than those who abstained. Low testosterone doesn't just mean low energy. It means weaker muscles, brittle bones, and a higher risk of depression, heart disease, and even stroke. One patient, a retired firefighter named Mike, told me he felt like a ghost of the man I used to be. His testosterone had plummeted after years of abstinence, and with it went his joy, his drive, his sense of purpose. Have you noticed your mornings feel heavier, your energy fading? Could the cause be something you stopped doing? How to fight back? The solution is simpler than you think. Regular, moderate masturbation can stimulate your hormonal rhythm, boosting dopamine and endorphins that keep you feeling alive. It's not about chasing youth. It's about honoring the man you are today. When was the last time you felt truly energized? Type 1 in the comments if you're ready to take back your fire. What if a single habit could cut your risk of serious health issues by a third? Would you try it? Part 4. The hidden pain. Your prostate's cry for help. What if the discomfort you're ignoring is your body begging you to act? There's a pain older men don't talk about. A dull ache in the pelvis, a pressure that lingers after sitting, a constant urge to urinate even when you don't need to. For men like David, a 70-year-old accountant, it was a nagging annoyance that grew into sleepless nights and constant discomfort. "I thought it was just age," he said. But it wasn't. It was his prostate, swollen and irritated from years of neglect. Is the man in the mirror starting to feel like a stranger, and could one choice bring him back? Your prostate isn't a passive organ. It produces seminal fluid that's meant to move, to be flushed out regularly. When you stop ejaculating, that fluid stagnates, leading to inflammation, pressure, and even chronic prostatitis, a painful condition that can disrupt your life. Worse, a 2016 Harvard study suggested that regular ejaculation, 21 times a month or more, could reduce prostate cancer risk by up to 33%. Stagnation, on the other hand, may increase inflammation and long-term risk. A case study. Frank's wake-up call. What if the vitality you've lost isn't gone for good, but waiting for you to reclaim it? Frank, a 66-year-old mechanic, ignored the signs for 2 years. His PSA levels spiked, his prostate was inflamed, and he faced a biopsy that could have been avoided. "I thought I was done with that part of life," he told me. A simple habit, occasional ejaculation, could have spared him the fear and pain. Are you noticing changes in your body you've brushed off as just aging? Part 5. The silent thief, losing your emotional spark. What if the man you used to be is still inside you, waiting to be rediscovered. This is the hardest part to talk about, because it's the one you feel deepest. It's not a pain you can measure or a symptom you can point to. It's a slow fading of your spark, the quiet joy of feeling alive. I've seen it in men like Henry, a 73-year-old widower who stopped all sexual activity after losing his wife. "I feel hollow," he said, his voice barely above a whisper. "Like I'm not even here anymore." When you cut off self-pleasure, you're not just denying your body, you're denying your mind. Arousal and release trigger a cascade of chemicals: dopamine for motivation, oxytocin for connection, endorphins for joy. Without them, you're more likely to feel isolated, anxious, even depressed. A 2018 study in Psychology Today linked regular sexual activity to lower rates of cognitive decline in older adults. The connection is clear. Staying active keeps your brain sharp and your heart full. A story of renewal. Take George, a 68-year-old retiree who came to me feeling lost. After a year of therapy and a commitment to regular, respectful self-care, he found his smile again. "I didn't realize how much I was missing," he said. "What's one thing you miss about the man you used to be? Let's talk about it in the comments." Part 6, Reclaiming Your Vitality, Steps to Thrive. What if today is the day you choose to live fully, no matter your age? The good news is this: it's never too late. Your body still remembers how to feel, your mind still craves connection, and your spirit still longs to shine. Here's how to start. Embrace regular activity. Aim for 1 to 2 sessions of masturbation per week. It's not about excess, it's about consistency. Listen to your body. Pay attention to changes in energy, mood, or comfort. These are signals, not sentences. Talk to a doctor. If you're noticing issues, a urologist can help with therapies or lifestyle changes. Let go of shame. This is about health, not indulgence. You deserve to feel whole. Stay curious. Explore what feels good, what keeps you connected to yourself. You're worth it. What's one step you're ready to take today? Type 1 in the comments and let's keep this journey going. Conclusion: you are not done yet. What if your golden years could be your boldest yet? Gentlemen, the world may tell you to step back, to quiet down, to let go of the man you were. But I'm here to tell you, you are not done. Your body, your mind, your spirit, they still have fire, and they're waiting for you to claim it. By honoring every part of yourself, even the parts society told you to hide, you can protect your health, rediscover your joy, and live with the strength you've always carried. Could the secret to living boldly in your 60s, 70s, and beyond be as simple as honoring your body's needs? Hit that subscribe button to join our community of men who are rewriting the rules of aging. Type 1 if you're ready to take back your vitality, or 0 if you've got questions. I'm here for both. You're not alone, and your story is far from over. Part 7, The Power of Brotherhood, Reclaiming Your Vitality Together. What if the courage to rediscover the man you were meant to be begins with a single, honest conversation? Picture a quiet diner on the edge of town, the kind with chipped coffee mugs and a jukebox that hasn't worked in years. A group of men, all over 65, sit around a worn table, their laughter breaking the stillness. There's Sam, a 71-year-old widower with a weathered smile, Frank, a 68-year-old mechanic whose hands still carry the grease of a lifetime's work, and George, a 70-year-old retired teacher whose eyes light up when he talks about his grandkids. These men aren't just sharing coffee, they're sharing stories, fears, and truths they've kept locked away for decades. They're part of a brotherhood, a circle of strength, and they're learning something powerful. You don't have to face the challenges of aging alone. As a urologist with over 40 years of experience, I've seen too many men like Sam, Frank, and George walk into my office carrying a silent burden. They've spent years believing that growing older means letting go of the parts of themselves that once made them feel alive, their strength, their desire, their spark. Society taught them to bury those feelings, to see self-pleasure as something shameful or unnecessary after a certain age. But here's the truth I've witnessed time and again. When you stop honoring your body's needs, you don't just lose physical health, you lose connection, not just with yourself, but with the world around you. In this journey, we've explored how abandoning masturbation in your later years can lead to a cascade of losses: the fading of your sexual vitality, the crash of your hormones, the silent ache of a neglected prostate, and the creeping emptiness that steals your joy. But there's another piece to this puzzle, one that's just as vital: the power of community. You don't have to walk this path alone, and you don't have to carry the weight of shame or doubt in silence. By opening up, by sharing your story, and by listening to others, you can rediscover the man you've always been, and the man you still want to be. A story of connection, Sam's awakening. Let me tell you about Sam, a patient who changed the way I think about brotherhood. At 71, Sam came to me after losing his wife of 45 years. His grief was heavy, but so was his shame. "Doc," he said, his voice barely above a whisper, "I stopped everything after she passed. I thought it was the right thing to do. But now, I feel like I'm disappearing." Sam wasn't just talking about his body, he was talking about his soul. He'd stopped masturbating, stopped feeling, stopped connecting with the part of himself that once made him laugh, love, and live. I suggested Sam join a men's health group I'd started at a local community center. At first, he hesitated. Talk about this stuff? With other guys? No way. But one evening, he showed up, nervous but curious. Over coffee, he heard Frank talk about his own struggles with prostate issues, how he'd ignored the signs until they landed him in my office. He listened as George shared how he'd rediscovered his energy through small, intentional acts of self-care, including regular masturbation to keep his body and mind sharp. For the first time in years, Sam felt seen. He wasn't alone. These men, strangers just weeks before, became his brothers. That group changed Sam's life. He started small, reintroducing gentle, regular stimulation into his routine, as we discussed. But more than that, he found a space to talk, to laugh, to be honest. "I didn't realize how much I needed this," he told me months later, his eyes brighter, his shoulders straighter. "It's not just about my body, it's about feeling like I matter again." The science of connection. The science backs this up. A 2019 study in the Gerontologist found that social connection in older adults is linked to lower rates of depression, better cognitive function, and even improved physical health. When men share their experiences, whether it's about health, intimacy, or aging, they trigger a release of oxytocin, the bonding hormone, which reduces stress and fosters a sense of belonging. Combine that with the physical benefits of regular masturbation, improved blood flow, sustained testosterone, and a healthier prostate, and you've got a powerful recipe for vitality. But it's not just about biology. It's about the stories we tell ourselves and each other. When you stop masturbating, you're not just neglecting your body, you're cutting off a pathway to joy, to self-expression, to feeling human. And when you keep that struggle silent, you're denying yourself the support of others who've walked the same road. Have you ever felt like you're carrying a weight no one else can see? Imagine what it would feel like to set it down, to share it with someone who gets it.